Hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to Synergy F1 2020 League. Hi, I'm Scott Armstrong and we are commentating live from the Autodrome, which is situated in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Construction began on this beautiful circuit before the World War II in 1936, before it was finished in the 1940s. Since then, it has gone through various reconstruction to become the circuit as we know it today. Max Verstappen last took pole here with a 107.508 time and went on to win the race back in 2019 before the biblical plague hit the world by surprise. In the same race, Pierre Gasly took his first podium, which set his career alight again, along with Carlos Sainz following in third after Lewis Hamilton was awarded with a time penalty for taking out Alex Albon. The Interlagos circuit marks the first of 10 races for the Synergy F1 League, which starts today. 20 of the best drivers battle each other from the comfort of their homes in attempts to lift the memento of the trophy we will give them. We are certainly in for a surprise today, guys. I would just like to run through the grid before we actually start proceedings. We are relatively new to this. Quite a big push to get it done. We started this about Tuesday this week and we've managed to get a few drivers in plus reserves just in case. So we have assigned people to their seats by the basis of a time trial which we've held on Friday, which will give us an equal grid. But I will ask the questions later to Quinton as he was the one that organized this. Quinton is one of my partners in crime in this league that we are running now, which is the Synergy F1 League, and we welcome you to it. Hopefully it is going to be quite a good season. We have 10 races, first one's in Brazil, and we are quite excited for it. Running through the lineups, we have in Mercedes, for the first driver we have Lorenzo Mucciarelli, which he is quite a quick driver, but not to spoil the surprise. And his teammate in crime is Okudlo. So that is the Mercedes duo for this league. And then running into Red Bull, we have Gideon Reyna, who is South African based, and yeah, he is really good as well. Well, all the drivers are good. I should actually say that because they wouldn't be in this league if they weren't. For his partner in crime is Jason Gibson, and we're running into the McLaren as well. We have Anthony Barbara, who is sitting in the first team seat. And then for the second driver, we have Josh Knott, also South African. We mainly run South Africans in this group. We are South Africans, but we have invited a few of our European friends to join, and also from Asia, as I'm aware, in the lobby as we're in right now. Running through into Racing Point, we have the first driver, Leandre Bushoff, and the second driver, Ruan Bokhorst. Jeez, I have to get used to these names actually. They're quite a mouthful for me. Running into the Reynolds seats now, we have Pierre Grief, also an experienced league driver, joining our league, so that's fantastic to have him here. We have Adi Ross, and hopefully they make a great pair duo there. Running into Ferrari now, we have the first driver, which is Jordi van der Zee, and then the second driver, Quinten Jans van Rensburg. Going into the AlphaTauri, we have for the first driver, Mohamed Fazari, and for the second driver, Matt Harris, who is currently on his way to the grid now, so hopefully he will join the session in time, as we have 16 people in the lobby as we speak right now. Going into the Haas, to the Alfa Romeo now, we have Noel Smith, also representing in the European leagues, quite a very experienced league driver, so we expect to see a lot from him. For the second driver for Alfa Romeo is Janne Dannett, who I believe is from, if I'm not mistaken, Fortunately, we should send him an invite as well, which we will do so shortly. Going into the Haas seat, we have for the first driver, Philippe Moulin, who's also an experienced European driver, and his second driver, Bailey, who cannot make it today, unfortunately, as he got the times wrong. So Abdallah will be replacing him in that seat as a reserve driver. And then going into the Williams, we do have Ockert van Rensburg and his second driver, Alfred J, who I believe is from Malaysia. So that is the driver lineup for today. We are shortly waiting for the drivers to join the session, as we're still currently waiting for 4 more people. I need to actually get some of these names correct here. It's quite going to be a mouthful for us, so please bear with us, as it is our first ever Synergy F1 League, and we are so excited to have you join us. We need to just check some of the drivers. It's quite a lot of people we're dealing with here, so if you bear with us for a moment, Quinton will shortly join us in the commentary box where I will ask him a few questions. Good day, Quinton. Can you hear me? Welcome to the live stream, and welcome to F1 Synergy, as I believe you are one of the founders of Synergy. What gave you the idea to start the league? Session has begun. Unfortunately, we will invite people as we go along.
A lap of the Autódromo José Carlos Pache, also known as Interlagos, begins with the drivers blasting along the track's undulating pit straight and up the hill at 346 km an hour towards turns 1 and 2, the famous Senna S. The first left was taken at 107 km an hour in third gear in 2015 and will form one of the main overtaking spots in the race, while the second part is 158 km an hour fourth gear right that feeds into the long turn 3, the Curva do Sol, taken in fifth at 225. And drivers will look to carry as much speed as possible here as they exit onto the back straight. They build up to 334 km an hour before breaking down to 148 in fourth gear for the left of turn 4, Descida do Lago, or Lake Descent, which is another good overtaking spot. Next comes the 255 km an hour, 7th gear fast left of turn 5 as we head into the infield section, racing back up the hill in 8th gear before sweeping into turn 6, a rapid right-hander taken at 231 km an hour that feeds straight into turn 7 and 8. Drivers fight to scrub off speed here and will take a big chunk of curb on the inside of turn 8 at 84 km an hour before heading down the hill again to turn 9. A long 103 km an hour left that rises up once more towards turn 10. A tricky third gear right called Bico de Pato because it's shaped like a duck's bill. Then it's a fast run down through turn 11, a 215 km an hour fifth gear left that'll work the car's aero elements to the max, and then turn 12, a 120 km an hour third gear left where a good exit is key as it leads onto the long uphill acceleration zone that will complete the lap. Turns 13 and 14 are taken flat out as drivers build up their speed again, racing past the grandstands on the right-hand side and through the final corner, turn 15, a 325 km an hour kink that leads back onto the pit straight and another lap of the Brazilian Grand Prix.
commentating.
Cool.
Well, hello guys. As we get into the qualifying session right now, as you can see, the first few cars have gone out. Okatlo, Leandre, and quite a few people actually. Still a few to come. Accidentally, I have joined the session by accident. Hopefully that doesn't affect the drivers to join soon. I just need to send a quick invite to, who was it again? Mohammed, right? Am I right, Quentin?
Mohammed needs to be invited, yes.
Abdullah isn't in the session, right?
I believe he is.
Doesn't say he's here though.
Oh no, he wasn't home yet. So Abdullah needs to be invited, Matt Harris as well.
Okay, well, if you can get on that, just ask them to join the game because it's busy running at the moment. And I see that we have our first few cars out on track as Alfred is on a hot lap at the moment. Busy cutting the corner there a little bit as he tries to gain as much exit speed as possible. As we just get on a lap with him here, going through the fast right-hander, breaking down to second here as he just touches the curb there to try and get a good exit. As Anthony Barbara sets a fast time of 107.877, followed by Leandre Bushoff at 108.75. Philip Mulenosa just put in the time as well. Let's follow some of the other drivers as Addy is on an out lap. See where Alfred J comes in here as he comes around the final few corners to set his lap. Let us see anyways where he comes in. There we go, 109.485, not a bad. These guys have 18 minutes to put in the time, so let's see how far they get. Who else is on track so far? A few people still in the pits as we see Pierre Grief and Arkert van Rensburg, as some people are actually putting in some quiet time as Quentin Jans gets out the way for a flying lap time. Let's go on board with Lorenzo to see what's happening. As he comes up to the fast right-hander there, drops the gear and gets on the power quite early to try to get that exit. Touches the curb there as he goes into this long left-hander up the straight here to go back down to second gear. Ooh, is there traffic in his way? Probably going to hinder his time here. Oh, nice, got out his way. That's fantastic of the driver. Someone else is in front of him now. Will he just catch his slipstream instead? Fantastic qualifying time so far as Gideon sets the fastest 107.456. Ooh, there we go. Lorenzo with a 107 flat. Fantastic. Some of these top guys are putting in some great times there, Quinton.
Those are blistering times, really. Just goes to show the caliber of talent we have in this league at the moment.
Yes, as Quinton's also on his fast lap right now as he comes around some of the last few corners to come out to the main straight. Let's see where he joins in here. Oh, nice. Matt Harris managed to join the session here. As Quinton slots in third with a 107.790. Geez, some of these guys are quite...
That is really a brilliant time.
You know, we didn't expect it to be quite a cluster at the top, isn't it, eh?
Didn't think it was going to be this close.
Exactly, you know, judging by the times that we've had in the previous, in our time trial session, isn't it?
I think the guys definitely upped their game a little bit.
Exactly, I think they saw each other's times and, you know, they had to go back to the drawing board and practice a bit more. As let's go down the order to see who still needs to set a time. Arkert van Rensburg still needs to set his time. So does Mohammed, Adi Ross, and unfortunately I joined the session by mistake, so you'll see my name there. but it shouldn't be too big of a problem. Let's see who else we can get on screen here. As Mohammed is out on track right now. Let's see how, running wide completely there, invalidating his lap. How hard are these quarter cutting rules, Quinton?
It's quite a bit to get used to on this track, specifically when those first two corners as you come down the last straight is quite tricky with the strict corner cutting rules as well.
Yeah, how would you approach that first two corners?
Go wide right, get down into second, and make sure that you just have your left tire touch that curb.
Yeah,
that'll give you enough room to then flick it over again.
Yeah, as we're on board with Pierre Grief now to watch to see how he sets his first time in this qualifying. Do you think some of these guys will be staying back in the pits just to see how the field sets their time?
It's definitely a viable strategy.
Yeah, definitely, as we see some of the guys doing it. As Pierre Grief is coming around the last few quarters to set his time. Oh, and he's going back in the pits. Probably aborted that lap there. Who else do we have? That's our track at the moment. Oh, someone goes into the wall. As that was Ockert van Rensburg who just hit the wall on the pit straight.
Yeah, it was. Back and got away from him a little bit there.
You think these cars are hard to handle, right?
Maybe a little bit of over-eagerness there, I guess.
Yeah, don't you think some of these guys would be nervous? Let's check.
No, for sure. The nerves, the caliber of performance that's being shown. You know, some guys are obviously going to push it beyond their limit.
Yeah, as we see Philip Moulin just slowing down there, aborting his lap. Or maybe he's out on the first lap. Let's actually stay on board and watch how he does.
Scotty, just share your screen with me as well, so I can commentate on the same.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. Hopefully you can see my screen now.
Ah, perfect, thank you.
Cool. As we are on board with Philip Moulin now, whose first time was a 108.294. Oh, as he invalidates his lap there. Clearly these corner cutting rules are getting to most of the drivers. Let's go down the order a bit.
They are all in the same boat, so whoever adapts quicker is going to float.
Exactly, it does. This rule applies to all, so everyone needs to adapt accordingly to the rules. So far, we still have Lorenzo with a 107 flat, and then followed by Anthony Barbaro, who is a 107.522, followed by Gideon, who is a 107.546. Quite close times at the top there. Who is your favorite driver coming into this race, Quinton?
Well, I think, it's you have to be remiss if you're not going to pick Lorenzo, because the amount of talent that man has. I would say definitely he's my favorite for the Drivers' Championship. But yeah, there's a couple of strong teams though, because the way we have this set up, the team should end up being quite balanced overall. There are a couple of teams that I'm kind of vying for, but I'll keep that to myself for now.
Oh, is it? Well, yeah. How did you set up the grid for this race?
All right, so we basically had a time trial event where we had the guys set their fastest times across 3 tracks. This would determine a ranking system. We then had the fastest guys join drivers 1 position, or 1 through 10, and then in reverse order, 11 through to 1, going back from number 10 up to 1. So you have the fastest guy with the slowest guy on the grid teamed up, and the second fastest with the second slowest, and so forth. So this should give a good balance between the teams. The most balanced team is probably going to be the one that's the 10th place guy and the 11th place guy being paired up together.
Yeah, it certainly does bunch up the pack in terms of the construction championship, doesn't it? As we see Pierre Grief coming around the last few corners to actually set his lap, I am expecting him to be in the middle pack with the rest of them. He is a talented driver. Very young to the game, so let's see where he is placed. 8th place, not too bad, not too bad. as we go down into... Let's get a lap on Gideon, who's in the Red Bull. See him coming around that fast left-hander, touching the curb, trying not to invalidate his lap as he goes up the main straight. Let's see what time he gets here. He's certainly in for a flyer, I think. Oh, and he goes back into the pits. Alright, well, Lorenzo's on his out lap as he starts it. Shall we stay on board with Lorenzo, Quentin?
Yeah, I'm just quickly trying to get Abdullah in here as well. He just sent me a message that he just got home, so I'm just trying to get him in the lobby here as well. There we go, invite sent. So we should see Abdullah join us shortly as well. He's also a very quick driver.
Yeah, unfortunately we need to apologize to some of the drivers as I accidentally started the session a bit too early here. So I am at fault here. As I see, Janep has also joined, so I don't know if you'd like to invite him.
Yeah, 100%. I'll quickly get that sorted.
Lorenzo putting in a fast lap here as he goes through the tight right-hander up to this long left-hander, which you take in third. Not to get on the power too early, otherwise you will spin out. Quite a clean lap from Lorenzo so far. Coming around that left-hander onto the main straight through this final few corners. He has been setting faster sectors now, so we're expecting him to get into these 106 as the track evolves into the session. Let's see how well he does here.
Scotty.
Yeah?
Could I ask you that you turn on lap data so we can actually see the sector times for these guys?
Yeah, sure. As Lorenzo sets a faster time here of a 106.4. Jeez, he is alienated there.
No, just go down to lap data. Just enable lap data.
There we go.
Then we can actually see their sector times and whether or not they're faster.
Cool. As we jump on board with Ruan, who is on a faster lap, but certainly not improving just yet. As he goes, well, 800th of a second faster, which is fantastic. As we see Josh also coming through the main pit here.
Yeah, Josh indicating to me that he was very pleased with the team he got assigned.
And there we go, as he goes a bit slower. Who else is out on a faster lap here? As we see Ruan out on track with this beautiful bird's eye view of the car. What is one of your favorite tracks on the Formula 1 calendar, Quentin?
Sorry, Scotty, just a quick question. The guys that are joining late now, can they still do a qualifying lap or not?
It depends if they get into the session.
Because Matt is saying that he can only spectate right now.
He has to choose the car. As we watch Jason Gibson out on his lap right now. Seems like he has slowed down though.
Alright, I gave the info through. Thanks, man.
Okay, yeah, unfortunately I did rush into the session a bit much, so I do need to apologize to some of the drivers. We are missing one driver in the field, am I correct? I think it's just Matt.
Yeah, I did send him an invite, so he should be joining soon. If he's not already in, I think.
Well, Janep has joined the session and he's quickly going out for his lap as he has a few minutes left. Who else? Quite a few guys are going out right now. Do you think...
with regards to your question about my favorite track, I don't know. I love Canada for some other reason, man. That's just one of my tracks I just really love.
It is quite a quick track, isn't it, eh?
I love the bends. Fast corners are my thing. I love that track for that reason, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. It's got some tricky chicanes as well, as we're on board with the Yama, who aborts his lap, unfortunately. Who else is out?
Alright, so the fastest guy out on track right now is Gideon. So he's not happy with that second place just yet. He says Oh, and Lorenzo's also gotten below 107. So these guys are really bringing it to the game today.
Yeah, I think Gideon finally met his match here, and he's certainly picked his target for the race, which is Lorenzo. As we see, someone's pulling a faster sector in Sector 2. I believe that's Anthony Barbara, actually. Let's go on board with him, shall we?
It's interestingly enough, I just noticed there that the only team that has 2 cars in the top 10 is Ferrari.
Oh, wow. Interesting, isn't it? As we're on board, oh, and he loses the backhand just a little bit. Let's see how fast he goes in the second sector, though. Oh, and he doesn't really quite get the second sector. I think Gideon has retired, but just as a precaution to get through to the next session. Gideon aborts his lap.
Number 6, your Meljor there, that's Jordi van der Zee, just so that you know to add him as well, hey?
Is he here?
Yeah, he's it. Jordi van der Zee, number 6, on the rankings of that.
Oh, yes, that's true. I will edit that later. As we see Abdullah going in for his lap here. Oh, and he invalidates it, unlucky. Well, Matt Harris managed to get his time started before the session ends. Let's stay on board with him and see how well he does.
Yeah, these are the last dying efforts.
Yeah, unfortunately he did join the session late, but then again, it is my fault for starting the session late. So I do apologize to the drivers that did join in late. I will make it up to you, certainly.
Yeah, punctuality is also going to be very important with regards to this league. We do start our sessions quite on the dot, and that's mostly to give everybody that has joined.
Oh, and Matt Harris invalidates his lap there, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So, I don't think Rohan's going to be putting in any time right now. Who else?
We actually have 5 drivers at the back of the grid that have not set a time. They were struggling with the track limits, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. But we do need to give it to them as they did join the session a bit too late. So I will have to apologize to them after the session. So looking at the top order, we have Lorenzo, Gideon, and Anthony that has set their times. I will just screenshot this for us. There we go.
I'll actually create a channel there for us on Discord called session times. I'll put it in there. Yeah. So I will after the race today, I will update everybody's stats because we keep stats of all the races and all the drivers' career stats with us, and we'll also put the website up in the description so that you guys can go and visit and peruse all the drivers' details.
Yeah, exactly. As we go through the grid here, people definitely setting quite astonishing laps here. I'm quite looking forward to this battle at the front between Lorenzo and Gideon, and also between third and fourth with well, we also can't rule out Quinton there as well. Hey, as the top 5 separate themselves from the bottom 6.
Yeah, that's true. Scotty, which car did you get assigned?
Alpha Tauri, unfortunately, so we'll just have to take that into consideration after the race.
Okay, because I think that you might have grabbed, yes, oh no, Alpha Tauri, yes, that's the seat that Matt was supposed to have.
Yes, so I am just apologizing to him at the moment as we run into the... As we wait for the drivers to head off to the grid, yeah, this is going to be quite an exciting race, don't you think, Quentin?
Yeah, I am giddy. I cannot wait for this. This is going to be a really good race. In our little practice session with the time trials, the guys did have a bit of a issue around the first two corners. There was a bit of a pile up, so I hope they learned from that and they're going to keep it nice and neat so that we have an uneventful race today.
Yeah, as we line up for the formation lap here, we will follow some of these drivers here. Let's follow with Lorenzo as he leads the pack here. What is crucial in the formation lap for you, Quinton? I think getting these tires nice and heated so you can get quite a good start off the line. What's your opinion?
Absolutely.
Well, let's see who's on what tire, because tire strategy is a big thing in this race, as we have 36 laps to go. Camera, let's see here. Let's check the interesting tire choices, as most of the grid is on softs. But as we can see, Alfred J has gone for the medium, so has Okut Low.
I see. That's an interesting strategy. Trying to, push it hard and then go out when you're not supposedly gonna get a lot of traffic.
Yeah, definitely. And we will set the gap to intervals. And telemetry.
Just put lap data on for us as well. I always love to have that on.
Yeah, exactly. Let's set it at this, and then we will go into intervals. There we go.
All right.
As
Formation lap complete.
As the people line up for the grid, we wait for everyone to join the session, as a few people did fall behind. Will that affect the people starting higher up the grid, don't you think? As the tires will cool down as they stand in their stationary positions?
Let's hope it doesn't. Yeah, it's just a few seconds that they have to wait, and the formation lap, it might be new to a couple of drivers as well.
As we see, Mohammed has said that he shows that he qualified P18, but he says qualified P6. I think maybe he did run off the track there as he joined the session a bit late. But let's see as we wait for the lights out, as we stand on board with Lorenzo to start the race off. We are waiting for the lights as the predicted pit stop strategy comes up on your screen. It seems like everyone's on lap 2. I don't know if I am lagging.
No. I think it takes the formation lap into account.
I think maybe someone on the grid is just busy loading up, probably. So please be patient with us. Would you like to tell Mohammed there that we will review his request later? We will look into his lap times, and we will obviously award him with something for his efforts. To be honest, I don't know what's happening here.
This is the first time we're trying out the formation lap as well. Might not want to do the formation lap in future.
No, but it shouldn't have done this. No, someone's definitely lagging. Someone is definitely lagging. Unfortunately, someone's still out on track, just waiting for the formation lap. Well, unfortunately, Joshua is lagging.
Oh no.
That
We
is...
might have to restart this lobby, guys.
Unfortunately, we will give it another minute just to see what happens with Joshua, unless...
We might have to, if we do the restart, we might have to skip the formation lap.
It's not the formation lab, it's the driver. That is the problem. Would it be possible to kick him off, do you think? And then he can just join in later.
He can't join mid-race.
I'm sure he can, actually. Everyone's asking for a lobby restart. Would it be possible?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with doing a lobby restart.
Will that include
And
qualifying?
then we can also sort out Matt's car that got reassigned incorrectly. So it's fine. I think because there were a lot of people that joined in later, it would also be more fair to them to do the qualifying over.
Yeah, then I'll just edit the video as we go along as well.
Yes, that's fine.
Perfect.
Okay, they're saying custom grid, only the race. We got the starting times.
Okay, cool. We shall do that then. I'm just gonna put us back into the opening screen just so we can sort this out for you guys.
A lap of the Autodromo.
Tell them just to choose and let the countdown go down while I quickly join. Send me an invite quickly.
Okay. Scott. Are you in game?
Yeah.
There we go.
I haven't gotten it yet. Did you send?
Yeah.
I haven't gotten it. Send again, please. There we go. Perfect.
Spectate.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool.
And we're off.
I'm gonna miss the start here. Oh no.
That's fine. Leandre's made up a position.
Oh, nice.
Mohammed has also gone up one.
As I'm joining
Leandre's
now.
up to second place. Much cleaner start. We see some guys. Oh, there's contact there with the Ferrari.
Oh, as we see a few people go off in the beginning there. Will this bring out the safety car? Oh, some very.
It's been
Oh.
implemented.
Oh no.
It was an unsafe
Virtual
rejoin there.
safety car is out as we join the top of the leaders here. As Gideon is behind Leandre as he made up spots. Lorenzo down in fourth. What a surprise. As we wait for the restart here. Well, exciting start.
I see what happened there. They put an AI driver in for you, Scott.
Oh no, that was my fault.
They messed things up again.
Oh, do we have to restart?
I think we have to restart this. Just
Okay.
tell everybody, please don't. I'm gonna get everybody out. Just stop the session.
Okay. Yeah, well, definitely. And we're back, guys. Unfortunately, some technical difficulties there, but we have sorted out the grid, and I am not in the grid anymore. So, good luck to all the drivers. There is no formation lap, and we will just go straight into the lap as the start session starts soon.
Scott, just share your live broadcast for me again. I'm just seeing a black screen. Just make sure to share your screen for me again.
Waiting for the current drivers to ready up here. They're probably just choosing their setups from the previous time. And yeah, let's hopefully we get a better good start here, shall we say, without my AI messing up the whole race. Cool, and we're about to start.
Scotty.
Wait, we're about to get to the start here. As we're off now, as all 5 lights off, as Gideon and Lorenzo get a good start. They're about side by side as the pack gets through that far corner. Will we have any casualties? Let's see. Following with Lorenzo's car here. And it seems like it's been a really good clean start as Gideon and Lorenzo go side by side. Oh my god, this is really exciting stuff here as they just pull back off to get into the second corner. Let's see how they're doing here. Quentin, can you please turn off your stream at the back there? As we follow the cars, thank you. And then as we follow the cars, we have Lorenzo in first place, Gideon second, Anthony Barber follows in third, Mohammed in fourth, fifth is Quinton, and we see Mayo there on 6 as well. Let's go down the order to see how the rest of the pack is doing. As we're on board with Philippe now as he tries to catch up to Leandre there. We have actually quite a very close pack here, don't we, Quinton?
Yeah, I'm quite impressed with the guys, the way they made that clean start there. There were no incidents around that first.
Yeah.
Brilliant start by all of them. Gideon right up on Lorenzo. It's quite impressive.
Yeah, I think he needs to stay in that slipstream just to stay in with him, you know. What would be his tactics to get ahead of him?
Obviously, he doesn't want to get Lorenzo get outside of 1 second from him so that he could still take advantage of that DRS.
Yeah, definitely, as we work our way down the pack with Anthony following there, still in third. Do you think Anthony would... oh, if we got a safety car, as Arkad lowers out the race. What happened there?
I don't know, he was slow around the second sector. He might have had vehicle damage.
You think he just lost it in one of the turns and then...
Yeah. If he got one of his wings damaged coming around that fast bend, he might have lost control.
What would be the tactics of the drivers now? Would you pit in this instant or would you carry on going?
It's only lap 2, so I don't know if it'll really be worth doing it right now.
The thing is, some of these drivers are on the soft, which would make a big difference coming towards the middle of the race, don't you think?
Yeah. All these little tactics come into play and can definitely spice things up.
Pierre Grief down in 17th. How did that happen? Do you think he lost it in the start?
I didn't see him lose the positions though. That's the interesting.
Well, let's see here in the... Hopefully we can get more... Yeah, he lost 8 positions there, as you can see through the telemetry. Surprise, surprise for Pierre Grief, who is one of my favorites, I must say, as a few cars have pitted, probably going on to the softs. I would believe so. contact here with the tires so we can see the tire strategy. As Lorenzo stays out with the softs, and so does Gideon as they catch up to the safety car.
I wonder if Ockard and Pierre didn't maybe make contact, because obviously Pierre had some wing damage that he had to go and fix up. But Pierre has the talent to definitely come back, especially considering there's a safety car that will be bunching up the field. I definitely have faith that Pierre could come back from this.
Yeah, exactly, as we see them go onto the hard compounds, which will definitely, give them a longer stint for their next tire. As we're on the board.
Pierre will then probably look at a hard and then jumping off onto a soft later on.
Yeah, as we go up to Lorenzo, who follows the safety car. We wait for the stewards to bring in the safety car as well.
Mohammed is dropping back, surprisingly enough. That shouldn't be happening.
Do you think something happened back there? We'll have a look. Seems to me that he has no damage, so...
Yeah, he dropped down like 4 places.
And underneath...
Dropping.
It's unusual stuff here. As we wait for the restart, I think the safety car will be coming in this lap though.
It's good to see the guys keeping the spacing behind the safety car as well. I did brief them about, the dangers of being behind the safety car.
Yeah, it is a tricky one, especially with this safety car, as it slows down the front car automatically for the driver in front. As people warm up their tires here, as we follow the front of the pack.
Guys are getting bunched up a little bit behind that McLaren.
It's not the biggest track in the world, is it, for these cars? These cars are quite big.
Just having a look there at Josh, that was backing the field up a little bit there on that last corner, or the first corner there on sector 2.
Well, Josh is in the points section, so he'll be looking to get some points to get the McLaren up and running. Interesting fact about Josh is he's actually driving on a keyboard, am I correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Quite difficult, that. As we see some guys having to dodge their way through the pack as the cars do. Safety car is in this lap. So we will follow the leaders as they warm up their tires.
Alright, currently we've got Lorenzo, Gideon and Anthony making up the top 3.
Yes, followed by Quentin, Mayer and Leandre. I will edit Mayer's name for the next race.
Oh, and we've got contact there with the Racing Point driver.
Oh no, someone's got a time penalty. Who was it? It was probably...
Leandre hit the car next to him.
Oh no. Unfortunate for him, as he will get a time penalty for that. But let's follow second and third as they're quite close, as Lorenzo pulls away from the start. You see, Lorenzo did get quite an advantage there from the safety car restart, eh?
Interestingly enough, the first 5 guys on soft, and then we have Leandre on a medium.
I think that will benefit him towards the mid of the race, don't you think?
Yeah, he'll obviously have to serve out that time penalty though during his pit stop, which is going to cost him a little bit.
Yeah. As we see the pack quite bunched up, but settling into the race again, so surprisingly enough, not everyone has a time penalty from the strict corner cutting rules.
I think the guys have gotten used to it, thank goodness, during the qualifying sessions and all that.
Yeah, I think as Lorenzo sets the fastest lap time there with a 1:10.072. Oh, and Mohammed...
Yeah, he's making a little bit of a gap between him and Gideon right now.
Mohammed...
Gideon's just struggling a little bit to keep up.
Yeah, Mohammed just got past Alfred J there, putting him up into ninth now as we go back down the pack as well. A few of the people getting quite the slipstream up this long straight, eh? As we follow with Addy Ross now, who is currently in P13 on the softs. Yeah, it's quite an exciting race, you know.
Oh, someone is handed out there by.
Oh, as Rohan gets past there. Rohan just got past Addy there. He'd licked the stamp and he just sent it. That was exciting stuff there. As we see Janup also making his way up the pack there. Let's go on board with Matt Harris for a bit to see how he's doing. You know, it's quite crucial to stay in the DRS zones here, as there's only 2 of them, as the one is quite short, I do believe, after turns 2 and 3.
Matt Harris does seem to be gaining on Addy. He should be pulling a move on him shortly.
Let's see how he progresses through this. Is he gonna... Oh, they're going 3 cars side by side! Oh my god, as they go to turn 1, how is this gonna pan out? Oh, there's a little bit of a bumping going on there.
The Renault and the Alfa Romeo.
As they do keep their positions at the same, but let's follow them a little bit more just to see what's happening. As we see Matt Harris pulling alongside Addy there, and he gets the move done. That was a beautiful move. You think the softs are...
Side by side there for the 2 Renaults.
Oh, there we go, but yes, Addy does have the better tyre choice here, but Pierre Grief does pull it off. Well done to them for doing that.
Stuff here at the back of the grid.
Exactly, am I right? As the front row is starting to get into the groove now, setting their times right, pulling in gaps between each other. Let's pull into Quinton here as he's got DRS on Anthony Barbara.
Looks like Ferrari might be one of the teams to watch this season, as they got 2 cars in the top 5.
Yeah. You know, after they've had a dismal season in 2020, do you think they can make it up here in the esports edition at least?
That would be sweet justice for the Ferrari.
And there's a yellow flag in Sector 1. Who might it be? It's quite tightly bunched up there from Matt Harris downwards. As we follow...
Ruan seems to be gaining there on Josh also.
Let's follow in there. Josh just needs to hold his ground here to keep him behind. I'm actually thinking these stops. So someone runs wide there, gifting it. That was Josh. Oh no!
Was too much, and he ends up losing 2 spaces.
Oh, that's unfortunate for Josh. But he's still in the race. There's still hope for him. He can make up the positions. But he still needs to pick as well.
Catching up on Ruan quite quickly. Right up on the tail of that racing point.
Ooh, as we join on board with them, as Janup does have DRS to his advantage right now. As he opens it up, will he get the move done? Do you think he has the pace? Let's find out now. As he's gaining, he goes down the outside. Oh, but
I think he's setting up for the DRS zone.
But then this is the second DRS zone. He's quite close to this time, as Joshua gets a time penalty here. We're following on board now with Janup as he gets DRS, as Ruan pulls to the side to defend. Will he get the job done? And it's a clean overtake.
He gets past.
That was a beautiful one right there. Well, looking up the pack, I can see Quinton is actually about 6/10 behind Anthony here. So shall we join them for their fight for a little bit?
Yeah, right at the moment he has got one of the smaller gaps. Pierre is also very, very close to Ruan at the moment.
Yeah, let's see how this turns out.
Have a look at Pierre and I'll let you know when the action happens.
Oh, that's great. Okay, cool. As I follow the action here with Quinton. But, yeah, Anthony seems to be defending his position quite well. Obviously, the DRS will help him catch up, but, you know, you still need that little bit more gap to actually overtake him.
Pierre is right up on the tail of Ruan coming into the final straight. He's right up along the side of him. And he's pulled off the move on Ruan. Moving up into 13th place.
What a move from Pierre as we're on board with him right now. Fantastic driving from these people today. You know, after we've had this...
I was very eager to get in that top 10.
Yeah, well, you know, it's crucial to get the points up and running for the first few races. You don't want to be backfooting it for the rest of the season, so we're only having 10 races for the season.
Matt also seems to be gaining there on Yumbi.
Let's go on board with Matt then. As we see, they are on the same tire compound as each other, so this could be interesting. Surprisingly enough, the front row are keeping those softs going. I don't know how.
Yeah, they're getting very good mileage out of those soft tires.
Yeah, and they're staying quite relatively close to each other in such a sense, you know.
I think we should see Matt pull a move here on Yanbi within the next 2 laps.
Yep, we're on board with Matt
Seems to
at
be
the
getting
moment.
quite a lot.
Ooh, as we get
And he
there.
obviously has the advantage of being within the DRS range as well.
Yeah, but he wasn't close enough there to pull off the move. But as he goes into the second DRS zone, will he be able to stick it? Oh, as Yanbi
Yanbi goes defensive on the inside line.
had to pull that slipstream away from him, and he did quite well defending there. A little lock up from Matt Harris there.
Exciting stuff here today. I must
Exactly.
admit.
Josh gets another 3-second time penalty. Oh no.
Yeah, Josh seems to be struggling with those strict corner cutting rules.
I think nerves are playing a part here right now for Josh. He's not quite used to playing against other people. Well, this is only the first race of the league, so there's plenty of time to make up and get used to everything. Seems like everyone's settling down now as we follow these two into the last few corners coming up to the straight. Matt Harris does have the advantage with the DRS, and I think he's in the zone for striking. Let's follow on board with him right now as we see him pull along to the side there on the left there, side by side.
You should be able to pull this
Oh,
off.
that was easy for him.
Well done, Matt.
That was easy for him. As we see Pierre Grief
Matt is only 1 position away from points now.
Yeah, but now Yanbi has the DRS on Matt now. Will Matt defend his position? Easily, I think. Easily. There he goes. Well, let's follow
Some
on.
awesome driving we're seeing here today.
Exactly. Well, let's go aboard with the leaders for a little bit and see how they're doing as we follow Quinton, who is 4th place at the moment. When do you expect these guys to pit? I think in the next 2 laps. I'm predicting.
I would be surprised if they go past lap 15 on these.
Yeah, I think I'd go for the mediums in terms of pace and whatnot. But
On a
who
side
knows?
note, we also see Pierre gaining on Yanbi quite substantially. He was 0.9 seconds behind the previous lap, where he's already reduced that to half a second.
Yeah, and he's going to get DRS up this main straight here now as we on board with him right now. See if he can get the move there as the DRS is now activated.
I can tell you, knowing Pierre, he's definitely not going to settle for anything less than points today.
Yeah, that is true. Well, let's go on board with him as he is still in striking range, but he needs to get that traction. That traction point is crucial if you want to... But funny enough, Yanbi is also still in DRS range, which is helping him defend against Pierre.
Very, very interesting strategy coming into play here now.
Exactly.
This is a bit of a chess game between these 3 guys.
Exciting stuff here. Well, who haven't we been on board with? Let's have a look here. Well, Philippe has dropped down to about 20 seconds to the pack, unfortunately.
Yeah, we can quickly recap our top 10 guys. Lorenzo, Gideon, Anthony, Quinton, Leandre, Jordi, Mohammed, Hackett, Alfred, and Abdullah.
Yeah. As we see, the concentration levels are going down for some of the drivers as they are gaining a few penalties now. This will certainly add to the end of race time as we're on board with Lorenzo, seeing how
many guys have actually served a pit stop so far, Scotty?
Well, let's have a look, shall we? No. There we go, stops. Well, there's only about... Oh, Philippe has gone in for 2 stops.
Yanbi, Pierre, and Philippe has actually surprisingly enough done 2 stops already.
So I'm guessing Pierre will gain a few more positions there in the pit stops, eh?
Yeah, we should see Pierre be in the top 10 for sure.
Yeah, definitely. As we go back to the tire track here, as we're on board with Lorenzo, who has a comfortable lead, I must say, 3 seconds. Let's jump on board with Gideon as well, who is in the Red Bull currently.
it's beautiful to see Lorenzo drive. It's an absolute art form, the way he just makes it stick lap after lap after lap.
Yeah, rumors has it that he is driving with his toes at the moment. I don't know how true that is, but we'll find out afterwards.
Some say.
Exactly. Well, as the race dies down a bit here in the front, as we join with Anthony, but he's closely followed by Quinton. Or am I wrong? 4 seconds is the interval there.
Yeah, the closest battle at this stage on the grid is still between Matt, Jambi, and Pierre.
Yeah, well, maybe let's go on board with them for a little bit, as we
These
are now.
three guys are not letting each other go.
Yeah, definitely not. But I wouldn't either. You know, track position is everything. All throughout the race, you know, you want to be defending for points, not giving it away. But it seems to be that they are settling into a groove, because I mean, Matt Harris is leading the pack, and he is quite quick, but he can't quite get away from that DRS detection zone, which is
and Matt, Yambi, and Pierre all have penalties to serve. So, you know, right now Matt is desperate to hold on to that point.
That's definitely going to play into the next pit stop. Do they serve the penalty or add it on to their times afterwards?
No, they as long as they do have a pit to still serve, it will actually be served while pitting.
All right, well, we'll see how that plans out later on in the race. See, this is a tricky one for these three drivers, because obviously Matt Harris has the pace, but because Janup is still in the DRS
the
zone.
leader has dropped down to 4th place.
Oh no, what happened there?
As we said that he was sticks at every, he obviously had a spin out or something, as we see him drop to 4 places. Jeez.
Oh no, Lorenzo has pitted. That is the reason why Lorenzo has dropped down. He has pitted for the hards.
I see. We all missed that. I thought he had an incident.
Exactly. We were so surprised there, but he definitely has the pit stop strategy here now, as he's doing the undercut now.
So, well, we should see all the other guys start pitting now as well.
As Gideon pits for the mediums. Gideon's on the mediums. Do you think that would play into his advantage going into this second stint of the race?
Definitely. The mediums do have a lot better grip than the hard tire.
Yeah, as we see Anthony also coming around that third corner, but not...
It was an interesting choice there for Lorenzo to go on to the hards, I think.
Yeah, I think he's playing more for that long strategy, but he is... Well, looking at the times, he's not really losing much time.
He feels like he has the pace on the hards, and then rather just stick with getting as much mileage out of it.
Yeah, but let's see on board with Gideon to see how this race progressed now. As relatively most of the top drivers have pitted now. Leandre is still out on his mediums, but I'm sure he can go longer. As we follow Gideon into the last few corners here. Yeah, it's been quite an exciting race for us, isn't it, Quinton?
Yeah, as we just got about halfway through this race now.
And
we see one of the McLarens off there.
You think that was... Oh, it was Josh. It's Josh, and he's struggling here. Well, interestingly enough, the drivers have asked to switch on ghosting for this round. Not all of them are experienced F1 drivers in this game, man.
Yeah, I think that was a better call.
Yeah.
It's unfair towards the guys that do have a lot of experience.
Definitely. Unfortunately for Josh, as he drops down, he probably will need to split. There's another yellow flag in Sector 2. Who is it?
It's just gotten another 3-second penalty there for multiple corner cutting.
Well, as we're on board with Ockert now, as Alfred J, his teammate, comes out the pit. But now, interestingly enough, Ockert's on 2-lap old hards now, while Alfred J just came out the pits. Do you think this will play into Alfred's hands?
Yeah, and Alfred is very quick as well.
Definitely coming up into P30. Lorenzo sets the fastest time. They have a 109.664. Clearly, those hard tires not hindering his.
I think Lorenzo also sending a bit of a message there. Like, even though I'm on hards, it doesn't affect me, boys.
And he managed to get off Leandre Bushoff as well, who is still yet to pit. As there's another yellow flag in Sector 3. Who might it be? Oh, it's Josh. It is Josh. Unfortunately for Josh.
Yanbi is closing in on Matt.
Let's go on to
Yanbi. He's right up behind Matt at the moment.
Yeah, these three are just fighting it throughout the whole race, aren't they? Just going toe to toe.
I love this battle between the three of them.
You know, it's taking the spotlight off the top guys there, but I mean, this is what we like to see, some racing.
Pierre had a sneaky look there.
Yeah, I'm sure he was just making sure that he's getting his braking zones right, because you don't want to ruin your race.
To not forget about him behind him there.
Certainly not. At this point, I would actually be scared. You know what I mean? It's quite nerve-wracking when there's someone behind you. I mean, especially for Yanbi, who's sandwiched between all of these guys right now.
Oh yeah, for sure. The amount of pressure being applied here is definitely, it gets to you.
Exactly. As we see now, well, Gideon is surprisingly not catching up to Leandre, who's in the racing point.
What set of tires is Leandre on that he's making it? Oh, he's on medium, so we should see him pit after lap 20 somewhere.
Exactly, I think he's just going for that longer stint to try get past that slower bunch of people, you know. And there's another yellow flag.
Starting to drop off now as well, as he gets a lot of wear and tear on those mediums.
Yeah, as we're on board with Gideon, he is catching up to him about 0.2 a lap. But will that be enough? Because certainly that dirty air for Leandre is, you know, it's disturbing his race a little bit, because these cars do heavily rely on downforce. But let's stay on board with him a little bit as he is closing up to him quite comfortably. He's about 1.1 seconds behind him and gaining.
Yeah, at this rate, it looks like he's gaining about half a second a lap. So we should see him be within striking range within the next 2 laps.
Yeah, it should be an easy overtake for him. I feel like we have been neglecting these top runners, but you know, the fight at the back is quite close. You know, we can't ignore that either.
Oh, Gideon's now within 0.6 of a second from Leandre.
I think he's going to make the move soon. He needs to, because he needs to catch up to Lorenzo. Well, Arkad van Rensburg has just retired from the session, unfortunately. It seems like he has come off on the last final corners there. Seems like turn 13 and 14.
No, that is unfortunate. We've got 2 DNFs now, and we got a safety car out again.
Oh, wow, this is
I wonder how this is going to... and there's a drive-through penalty for Leandre as well.
Speeding under the virtual safety car. Oh, no, actually, that's going to definitely ruin his race now, as he can't serve it when it's under the safety car. Well, this is definitely a turn of events, as Lorenzo is on the hards and Gideon is on the mediums. As Leandre pits.
Wow, things have all of a sudden gotten shaken up by the safety car.
Yeah, definitely.
And that great lead that Lorenzo had is also now being demolished.
This is certainly going to turn into something exciting, as obviously, well, Lorenzo actually pitted. Lorenzo pitted.
That's a smart call, I think, by him.
Oh, wow. This puts Gideon up into first now. Interesting, as we have about 14 laps left in the race, and the safety car is out actually.
And we see Pierre, Yanbi, and Matt also heading into the pits.
Yeah, definitely.
All 3 of the 3 musketeers.
It's a smart move from them, since the pack is going to be bunched up now, so this will definitely give them an advantage.
Oh, it looks like Pierre's also replacing a front wing there.
Oh no, that is.
So he's going to have a bit of a longer pit stop.
We're on board with,
and all of them are serving those penalties out, so they're penalty free right now.
Oh, that's great for them, at least frees up the time there. Oh, Josh was disqualified. Josh was disqualified.
Oh, no.
Receiving multiple penalties.
Pierre definitely had a much longer pit stop to the other two guys, so he's going to have to play catch up a bit now.
Well, luckily...
But under the safety car, he should be able to get that too.
Yeah. Well, let's follow as the cars now catch up to the pack. Leandre is on the softs. Leandre isn't, but he still has the drive-through penalty to serve, unfortunately. And Mayo also.
Lorenzo was lucky to get out behind the safety car, still in second place though.
As the pack shuffles up again, as multiple people make the pit stop, we're on board with Leandre. I don't know why he's pitting. He cannot serve. Oh no. I think he assumed he could serve his drive-through penalty now. Well, let's get up to the front of the pack as Gideon leads. We certainly don't want to miss this restart, especially from the front of the pack, as we haven't seen Gideon and Lorenzo have a fight yet, and I think this is going to be exciting stuff now. Hopefully they don't take each other out in the meantime as well, you know, because definitely Lorenzo is going to be quicker on those new mediums. The safety car should be coming on this lap. We wait for race control to announce it. Most of the pack have gone into new tires, some of them staying out from the previous stop, such as Gideon, Ruan, Jason, and yeah, Alfred as well has stayed out, and Mayo.
We're waiting for the pack to bunch up, as some of these guys are quite some distance behind.
Yeah, I think the safety car will be going out for another lap, as we see. This is going to be an interesting restart.
I know that this has definitely messed up some of the guys' carefully thought out strategies.
Yeah, exactly. This is going to be interesting as the safety car does.
Interestingly enough, Scotty, I see there's still a lot of guys that have penalties left to serve.
Yeah, you see, it was a tough one there. I don't think you can serve your penalties under the safety car.
And I wonder if some of these guys have actually gotten penalties under the safety car now, because I did warn them that, you know, being under the safety car is quite dangerous. You got to keep that space.
Well, let's check out the penalties. As Leandre has the drive-through penalty, Mohammed has a 6-second, Mayo has a 6-second, Matt 3-second, Janbi 3-second, Pierre Grief 3-second, Rohan 3-second, and Adi Ross 3-second as well. And we have a few people who went out the race, as Josh was disqualified for multiple.
Yeah, that 6-second penalty there by Jordy in 6th place, that might cost them a position or two.
Yeah,
I think.
definitely.
Hopefully he can, you know, come back from that.
We should see the safety car come in this lap, though. It shouldn't be too long now.
Yeah, the last guy has just caught up to the field now, so they should see a restart within the next lap.
Well, this brings Philippe back into the race as well. And he's on fresh pair of softs. I'm sure he can make it to the end with those softs.
We have 2 did not finishes and 1 disqualification, so it's been quite brutal on the guys as well.
Yeah, as we see, race control has announced that the safety car is in this lap, as we see Gideon warming up those tires. And then Lorenzo followed. Strangely enough, Leandre is 14th. He's just a lap car. That's definitely going to scuff up Anthony there a little bit. As we see, Gideon restarts the race here as Lorenzo follows him. Will there be any incidents behind him? Let's see how Gideon...
Oh, and the 2 Ferraris getting side by side.
Ooh, there we go, as we see back down the pack a little bit as everyone bunches up. As we're on board with Mohammed for a bit here. As we go down a little bit.
Abdullah and Leandre making spots up there.
Yeah, but that's just a lap car in front of him then. As we go down the pack, as the pack is a little... a few people spun out! Oh no! It's Quinton! And a few other people as well. As Alfred was the one there. But let's go on board with the leaders as they're so close with each other. We can't miss this. We cannot miss this. This is for the lead of the race here. As we're on board with Gideon. Ooh, a little bit of a tank slapper there.
Lorenzo's right up on Gideon.
You think the pressure's getting to Gideon there a little bit?
Yeah, he will definitely, you know, they have respect for what Lorenzo can do. So you're definitely going to know that, you know.
Yeah, but DRS hasn't
to be on the A game the whole time, and that gets a bit much.
DRS hasn't been activated yet. So probably in for the next lap, then the DRS. So there will be a little bit of a disadvantage for Lorenzo there, but he's so close. I'm sure he can get that slipstream down here in the second corner. Is he gonna stick it? Will he stick it?
I love how clean the lines are that Lorenzo watching him drive is an absolute art form.
I think Lorenzo's playing his time here, waiting for Gideon's tires to wear out a little bit more. Anthony is following in third, but slowly pulling back, and he's on fresher softs as well, so that could actually play into effect once Lorenzo gets past Gideon. As we see now, everyone's settling in, but from 9th, ooh, and then Quinton has made up a
Quinton's gotten back a spot, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Back into the points.
But we will stay here and watch how...
He's made up another spot, getting right back behind his teammate.
Clearly those softs are playing into part there. As we see the front two runners battling out to break that slipstream. Oh, but Lorenzo's catching up! He's going outside now into turn 2, and he sets the fastest time as well. Side by side into turn 1! Oh, and They've touched! Oh my gosh, Gideon gets back into first place. This has definitely brought Anthony back into the mix now as he's attacking Lorenzo.
Anthony there into the play as well, yeah.
Ooh, but he has to back off a little bit. I think he ran out of ERS there a little bit. This is exciting.
Exciting. The guys are eager for this one.
Definitely the safety car has changed this race a little bit as Gideon is now pulling away a little bit.
And Scotty, what do you think? I think after maybe a lap or two, having Lorenzo behind Gideon might be starting to feel like, hey, I could get this.
Yeah, exactly.
I could defend.
I mean, after that, you'd think probably he'll pick up the pace now a little bit, but Lorenzo's still up there with him. He can't seem to break that slipstream. And I'm sure DRS has activated this lap. Let's see how this pans
Harris
out.
getting in a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings.
Ooh, it's certainly spicing up the race. There's DRS activated for Lorenzo. I'm sure he can pull the move now.
He was outside again.
Oh, and he just... Oh, he managed... That was a really clean...
Smooth.
Exactly, but let's go on board with Anthony as now Anthony has DRS on Gideon, but look, they're trying to all break the... Oh, and there's contact! There's contact!
That needs to be reviewed.
No. Definitely.
As Lorenzo was inside line and then he cuts across right in front of Gideon there, so that needs to be reviewed for sure.
Oh no, that definitely has messed up Gideon's race. We will definitely have to speak to the drivers after that as we go on board with Anthony, who is now second place.
From what I saw there, Lorenzo was definitely the guilty party there.
Yeah, the rules state that you can only move your car once under defending, so we're going to have a word with him there. We're definitely going to have to give him a penalty. But as we're on board with Anthony, as things have died down in the front now, shall we go down to the middle of the pack?
Yeah, I think Gideon might have some damage after that.
You think he's going to have to pit now?
He's actually going to consider pitting.
As Anthony...
His lap time dropped down quite significantly after making contact with the wall.
Surprisingly enough, Anthony has made the fastest lap right now. And Lorenzo gets a 3-second penalty. This is definitely going to play into Anthony's hands now. He just needs to stay into that 3-second gap of Lorenzo. But can he keep it up with those soft tires? Definitely going to go off at some point in the race. Well, it's definitely a closer race at the back right now. Let's have a look here, shall we?
Quinton is also gaining on Pierre.
Yeah, definitely. Do you think Pierre has a little bit of damage there? There's a yellow flag in
Quinton does have a lot of pace, so I think he was in time trials. He was actually the third fastest.
Well, let's see. As Definitely, these two are still battling out in front. Anthony's definitely trying to make his mark here on Lorenzo as he gets DRS. Will he make it stick? Oh, this is going to be interesting for the lead right now as he goes down the inside. It's Anthony into the lead. No, they're side by side. Oh, and he gets knocked off by Lorenzo a little bit, but he still gets the second DRS here.
I think he's sending Lorenzo a bit of a message there.
Lorenzo definitely has his hands full here as he goes down the inside, and he makes...
And as we see Quinton getting past Pierre there, but Pierre taking it right back.
Oh wow, Anthony made the move stick, but Lorenzo wants to come back at him. He does not want to give up this position easily, but...
very nicely done there by Anthony.
Oh, definitely.
And he takes the lead.
This is exciting stuff from the front. Who knew that this would have happened at the...
Scotty, this is an exciting race.
Oh,
I
wow.
love every second of it.
Well, let's follow on with them because, you know, Lorenzo still can stay in that DRS zone of Anthony, which will definitely play into the part of him. Because at some point in the race, those softs have to go off. But he is still getting better traction than Lorenzo.
My game crashed, so I can only watch your stream right now.
Alright, well, if you want to follow on board with me, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah.
Well, we see Anthony's still keeping Lorenzo behind, but he's got DRS now, and he's activated it. Will he manage to keep up? Is he going to pull a move, or is he just going to... Oh, no, he's buying his time just a little bit.
It's going to be tricky for Anthony to defend from Lorenzo being behind him. But you know what? I think Lorenzo might have suffered some damage with that contact with Gideon.
Yeah, definitely. Because he is suffering through these low speed corners, isn't it?
I can't see any damage though on his car, but you know, you never know.
Surprisingly enough, if we go on to Philippe had a first lap incident, and he's now up into fourth, along with his teammate Abdella.
Well done through Haas.
Yeah, exactly, followed by the two Ferraris. And Pierre Grief is also up into 8th now. But he's followed closely by Mohammed. Oh, we're seeing the times at the top drop here. Oof, this is a really tactical game by Lorenzo here now. He has to keep that gap low as possible and apply enough pressure to Anthony. But he's not getting enough time. He's not getting enough traction through the corner as he goes for the dive. Oh no, but he can't make it stick. Well defended by Anthony right there. Whew. Honestly, guys, I cannot tell you how much I need to catch my breath from this race. It's just exciting stuff.
Mohammed just got another 3-second penalty.
Oh, that's definitely going to eat
The
away.
guy's really struggling with the penalties here today, Scotty.
Yeah,
and I mean, this is really going to have to, you know, the guys are going to have to look at that come this season.
I think
this is definitely going to affect the standings.
Yeah, and I think Anthony is definitely struggling on those softs now. As we're on board with Lorenzo
Anthony
now.
is penalty free right now, and this is what's impressing me. He's got the lead and he's penalty free.
Exactly, but I think for Anthony's pride, he would want to finish first. And you see his red light is blinking. He's definitely low on ERS here. Oh, dive bomb here! Will he get it stuck? No, Anthony's still defending. Oh, and he nudges him just a little bit there, letting him know he's still in his DRS range.
Yeah, rubbing is racing.
I think both of them are running extremely low on ERS. Ooh, a little lock up there for... Oh, this is exciting stuff though. I can't hold in my excitement anymore. It's just so sad for Gideon. He would have been part of this, don't you think?
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he must be fuming.
Well, we can't leave these two because they're still quite close to each other. You know, I really want to give the other drivers as much track time as we see.
Leandro is moving up on Mohammed.
Yeah, exactly. As we're on board with Mohammed now, as he goes wide. Do you think... No time penalty for them?
I think Mohammed's definitely feeling the pressure they've been placed on him by Leandro.
Yeah, but... I can't forget these front rows. Ooh! And they go side by side again! They can't seem to leave each other alone.
This is an absolute gladiator battle between these two guys. They are just not, they're relentless with their assaults on each other.
I'm sure they're enjoying it just as much as we are. But Anthony is definitely struggling on those softs.
How is Anthony able to keep Lorenzo behind him the whole time?
Oh look, they're still side by side. Oh my gosh. Oh wow. This is fantastic stuff though.
This is a battle of the ages here going on.
I can't believe these two are going head to head. Definitely.
And you can see Anthony is pushing pretty hard as well. He gets lockups every now and again as well.
He doesn't want to give that position away. Definitely not, I wouldn't, especially.
Yes, we got 2 laps left. Only 2 laps left that he has to, defend from Lorenzo.
What is the yellow flag in sector 2? I think it's Leandre and Matt going at it. As the DRS is now activated.
He looks on the inside again.
He's definitely
I think he's got a better pull this time.
Oof, they both got low on
He pushes him a bit wide. There we go.
But that
Anthony only needs to keep him within that 3 seconds.
Exactly. That's all he needs to do. But like I said, these drivers want to settle it out on track. They do not want the time penalties to get in the way of the result. And I think Anthony also has the fastest lap, if I'm not mistaken.
I do believe you're right with regards to that.
Yeah, but he's sticking close to Lorenzo right there. Who knew these two would fight it out in first and second? There's another yellow card in the sector 1.
As we're seeing, Gideon keeps falling back as well. So the damage that he sustained definitely affected the lap times that he's able to get.
Oh no, it's Pierre Grief. It's Pierre Grief and he's retired from the session. Oh.
That is sad to see.
Oh no.
He was definitely one of the favorites.
Well, let's jump on board with Leandre and Matt here as they're still battling out. But you can see they're both low on the ERS as the lights flash there. Definitely everyone's giving it the beans in this last part of the section.
Oh, and Pierre retiring within the last 2 laps. How sad is that? Oh, so disappointing.
Oh, he's definitely...
But I mean, he was out of the points, but still.
He's definitely gutted with that.
Anthony again going, he's very close to Lorenzo now.
Let's jump on board with them, shall we? He's just sticking there, isn't he?
Yeah, I do believe we're going to see Anthony win this. Lorenzo cannot drive away from him.
Certainly exciting stuff here, though. Whew, I don't know about you, but I'm out of breath, and we've just...
Man, I got butterflies in my stomach. This is crazy.
As the first 2 drivers come around the last corner, making their way to the pit. This is definitely an Anthony win here, as the penalty for Lorenzo will set him back here. Sadly for him. And
Quite
there we go.
Great display by Haas, I must mention as well. Haas and Ferrari both getting 2 drivers in the top 10.
Yeah, as we're on board with Gideon now, who comes through in 3rd place. Quite a sad ending to him.
Anthony has won.
Yeah.
Well done, Anthony.
Exactly. As now the following few packs come through, obviously the time penalties will play into factor here. Jana coming across the line here as well. Alfred J also.
Gideon will still be happy to get that podium, even though, he was a bit unlucky.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we're going to have a word with Lorenzo there. Addy Ross finishing his race as Ron comes home in a dismal 14th there. Jason is the last person coming across the last few corners, making his way to the line. Well done to all these drivers, especially the front row. Unfortunately for Gideon, it didn't play to his part. And that concludes the race.
What an exciting start to the season, I must admit. This was so much fun to watch.
Oh my gosh, I can't say how
Driver of the day for Abdullah. Well done, Abdullah.
Well done to him. Well done to him. Well,
as we watch the podium ceremony play off here quickly.
I'm also just making sure I can get a screenshot of all the standings.
Yeah, I need that as well.
Well, I think we need to bring Anthony in here for a quick interview, don't you think?
Yeah, please do get him in.
Do you mind sorting that out for me? I am not as
I'm
gifted
just
as
getting
you are.
Just getting a quick screenshot here of the times also.
I'm doing
I'll
just the
grab
same as you.
Anthony.
As we go down,
I need to give him permissions to speak here quickly.
and Anthony also gets the fastest lap, surprisingly. I think.
Welcome, Anthony. Can you speak?
Hi, Anthony. Can you hear us?
Hi.
Anthony, can you hear us?
Anthony's dropped off.
Okay, well, shall we bring in Lorenzo? Would he?
There we go. There's Anthony.
All
Anthony,
right.
can you hear us?
Hello? Hello? Yeah, okay. Sorry.
Congratulations on that win. What a brilliant drive.
Thank you.
That was absolutely fantastic. You had us in. We were so excited watching you
Like,
pull off that masterpiece.
honestly, we are out of breath right now. How did you manage though? Like, how was it fighting against Lorenzo?
Yeah, it was tough. I mean,
As
yeah,
we can hear.
I know he's still faster than me because I mean he kept a good pace on the medium, so yeah.
Yeah, but definitely you kept
He's,
him.
he's truly fast.
You kept him in behind you for quite some time, which definitely played into your part, isn't it?
Yep.
So well done to you.
At what point did you realize that you were going to win this?
After the restart I didn't expect to win because when the green flag got dropped, I went flat out, but I passed a back marker before the finishing line, so I had to let him by.
Yeah, you certainly had
yeah,
to make up a few
I lost.
places there, but you gained the time quite well. I think the mishap between Gideon and Lorenzo certainly played in your part there, which is fantastic. It was certainly exciting to see here.
That crash between those two, I mean, yeah, gave me the chance to get even closer.
Yeah,
Since I
unfortunately.
was a bit faster as well.
Well, congratulations. Well raced.
Yeah, congratulations, man.
All right, Scotty, we're going to leave you here.
Cool, perfect, and I will end the proceedings for the first F1 Synergy League race. Cool, thank you, Quinton, for joining me, and I'd like to thank everyone who joined the stream. We will be doing a little bit of editing on the stream. Unfortunately, we had a bit of technical difficulties, but we've sorted it out. We managed to get all the drivers in the grid and racing, and man, was it such a race. Honestly, Lorenzo was my favorite coming into the race, but I think it's changed now with Anthony taking first place. Unfortunately, he got that multiple time warning for he got a 3-second penalty, which certainly played part in the end. And we're definitely going to have to look into that incident with him and Gideon. But well done to all the racers. We do appreciate you joining us and obviously giving us your patience, especially from the beginning when we had the technical problems. So yeah. We will definitely see you guys next week, Sunday, same time at 1, and we will definitely be ready for you this time. Thank you guys so much, and have a lovely